When we balance a redox reaction in an aqueous solution, it's a little more complicated than what we've been doing so far. You'll start off just by knowing the skeleton equation. You'll know the substances that are involved, but you won't necessarily know all of them. You'll need to know whether you're balancing in acidic solution or in basic solution. In this example, we're going to be in acidic solution. If we have an acidic solution, there are two other things that are always present. One of them is hydrogen ion, and one of them is water. So we're going to follow a process to balance these equations, and hydrogen ion and water are going to be used to help us balance and will appear when we're done. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write our two half reactions. So we start by writing, I'm going to write dichromate goes to Cr3+. And the other half reaction is NO2- goes to NO3-. The first thing you always do is check to make sure the elements other than O and H are balanced. And in this case, they're not, so I'm going to put a 2 here. And in the second case, they are. So in the first half reaction, I have 7 oxygens on the left, so I'm going to add 7 waters to the right to balance out the oxygens. So now I have 7 O's on both sides. But now I have 14 H's on the right. I'm going to use H plus to balance the H's. So over here on the right, I'm going to add 14 H pluses. Okay. Now I also have to balance the charges. If you look on the left, I have plus 14 and minus 2. That's a total of plus 12. On the right, I have 2 times plus 6. That's a total of plus 6. So I have plus 12 on the left and plus 6 on the right. I need to add a number of electrons to one side to even that out. So I'm going to add 6 electrons here on the left. Because now I have a total of plus 6 on the left and plus 6 on the right. That half reaction is balanced right now. I'll go to the second one. I'm going to go ahead and add water over here on the left to balance my O's, because I had 2 O's and 3 O's. But now I have 2 H's on the left, so I'm going to add 2 H plus on the right. Okay, and then for the tricky part, I'm going to try to balance my charges again. I have minus 1 on the left, and minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1 on the right. If I add 2 electrons to the right, hopefully you can see that the charges on both sides are now minus 1. So we're almost done. What we do next now is we have to balance our equations in the two reactions, the two half reactions. I have 6 in this first one, and only 2 in the second one. So I'm going to multiply this whole reaction down here by 3. So when I multiply everything by 3, I'll have 6 electrons. So if I do that, I have 3 waters and 3 nitrites and 3 nitrates, and 6 H plus and 6 electrons. Okay, and up here I still have Cr2O7 and 14 H plus. I'm going to write this a little more neatly so we can see what's happening here in a second. Okay, 2 Cr3 plus and 7 waters. So if you look at our two half reactions now in blue, what I need to do is go through and cancel out anything that I can reduce. For instance, in this one I have 6 electrons on the left, and here I have 6 electrons on the right. So I can cancel those out. I'm also going to look at my H pluses. In the first one I have 14 on the left, and the second one I have 6 on the right. So I'm going to subtract 6 here and end up with 8 of them here, and these are all gone. Same thing with water. I have 3 on the left and 7 on the right. Hopefully you can see that subtract these 3 and I'm left with 4. So what I do now is very carefully and neatly write what I have left. So I have Cr2O7 2 minus plus 8H plus plus, where are we, NO2 minus gives me 2 Cr3 plus and 4 waters and 3 nitrates. And we all should always, of course, double check to make sure things are balanced now. You'll see that we do indeed have some hydrogen ion. We're in acidic solution. Of course, it's aqueous, so there's always going to be some water around. Then I have 2 CRs on the left and the right. I have 8 H's on the left and the right. I have 1 N on the left and the right. Oh, made a mistake. I got 3. Forgot to carry that 3 down there. So 3 N's and 3 N's. And all the O's work out also. So you have balanced your first reaction in acidic solution.